Perhaps everyone won't agree with what I have to say.
What's going on, everybody? It's been a long time. This is Movie Heads.
Yes, it has been a very long time. Thank you guys for your patience.
We are back. It's just, oh my goodness, just a lot of stuff going on. We missed a couple of reviews.
Although we saw the movies.
Yeah, we saw the movies. We did Deadpool. I'm not gonna promise y'all that we'll drop a spoiler review of Deadpool or not, but
I don't know if it was deserving of a spoiler.
But it's deserving of a review. But since it's been out, we can do spoiler.
We're just gonna start fresh because listen, we barely have time to do a fresh review. It's just a lot. So yeah. With that being said,
with my channel, with working, and then our baby, it's just like a lot of stuff going on. So
yeah.
Anyway, we just got finished seeing, that's why we're doing it in the car right now, because we got to go pick the baby up. We just got finished seeing Solo, a Star Wars story. So this is our review on that movie. What was your expectations going in?
I absolutely had none. I thought I was going to be bored out of my mind. I did not want to go. I'm serious.
I was this close to going to see this movie by myself, man.
Yes, he really was. I'm just not the biggest Star Wars fan. Don't kill me.
Well, a lot of people not Star Wars fans, but
it's nothing wrong with it. I wasn't one to grow up with the whole storyline, or okay. I mean, nobody turned me on to it, and so I didn't see the first ones until Mike set me down and made me watch them.
I made her watch all of them. I was like, I don't know if our relationship can go on without you watching Star Wars.
And so the bad part about it is when he gets something on his mind for us to do, he's very adamant about it and he keeps pushing it. But it was really overwhelming because I think that we watched all of them like in 2 days. And so
I didn't realize that. Watching them back, I didn't have to watch them back to back because I watched them as they released. Well, I watched the older movies, and then the newer movies, I watched them. They came out like every 2 years or 2 or 3 years, so it was a slower burn for me. But I can understand how somebody watching them back to back to back, it is overwhelming, become too much.
Right, and I think a part of compromising in a marriage is just say, oh yeah, it was good, it was that, but I probably fell asleep at like 50% of it. Just not my thing. I'm just not into this genre of movie all day.
You sure told me it was a couple of them you really.
I mean, it was a couple. It was different. I don't know.
You're not the biggest sci-fi fantasy type fan, and that's understandable.
I'm not. I want to be better, but it's just not. But anywho,
that was a really thought out explanation of what your expectations were. Well, my expectations were, I didn't know. I just didn't have any expectations. I hope it's good. I'm a Star Wars fan, so I hope it's good. Last Jedi. I don't even want to. I hate it.
And see, that doesn't help your expectations because the last one that I did go see with them, The Last Jedi, I was so underwhelmed. Like
I could not. I hated that movie. But I think being a bigger fan like of Star Wars as I am, that's why I didn't like Last Jedi so much. But let's just get into this movie, Star Wars. Solo, a Star Wars story. That name is still kind of weird to me, but it was good.
It was. It should really just be Solo.
That's what I thought.
Honestly, so
Rogue One was a Star Wars story too, and these are just stories that's not part of the main trilogy, the main saga. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but I think the attaching Star Wars to it is what makes, because we heard some reviews and most of them have been very mixed. And so I went into it kind of even feeling even worse. But when I got into the movie, I realized if they had not attached Star Wars to it, it would probably be a much better experience, because I think linking the Star Wars title to it changes the expectation of the movie. I'm happy that I could go in as just a watcher and I'm not a critic, or I wasn't looking for anything, because based on that,
a Star Wars fan.
And I'm not a Star Wars fan, I was just able to appreciate the movie for what it was. And as an origin story, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was good too. It was entertaining. The characters were good characters.
Right.
You got Alden Ehrenreich playing Han Solo. A lot of people thought he wasn't gonna be able to pull it off. He did a good job. I'm not saying he wasn't Harrison Ford. I mean, we're not gonna say that. Can't nobody be Harrison Ford, but he was good for as the character of Han Solo, and he brought his own thing to it. We had Chewbacca, he was good in the movie. I mean, he don't speak English, so it ain't like you could say his character was so complicated.
Right.
But the way they did the story, it was, the origin story of them meeting each other, and the Millennium Falcon and the Orlando Calrissian, all that stuff was good. Shout out to Childish Gambino. Donald Glover.
Yeah.
for playing Lando Calrissian. He did a good job. Everybody was saying how much better of a job he did than Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo, but I think both of them did just as good a job portraying their characters.
I definitely agree. I mean, based off of what I've seen, I mean, to me, I felt like the actors in the movie were really, really good.
Right.
The storyline was really good. The soundtrack was really good. They kind of used some of the old Star Wars.
You noticed that? Wow. Okay.
Along with some new stuff or whatever, but it kind of
it mixed well.
Yeah, it mixed well. The pacing was really good for me. I enjoyed it. I mean, I'll be 100% honest and say I enjoyed it, which makes
action.
It was definitely action packed for sure.
How'd you think of the action? What you think of the CG and you couldn't tell? To me, I couldn't tell what was real and what was CG.
I couldn't either, but you know, I'm never really good at that anyway.
You don't really try to spot it out.
I never, because I want to be in the now.
Right, like if the story is good enough, you're not looking for this, that, and that. I'm just not the type of person that try to tear apart a movie and every little aspect of it. I want to go into a movie as a fan, like we talked about before we went. We said we're gonna go into it as a fan, forget the reviews. We just gonna see what kind of movie it is, and if it's entertaining, then that's what the price of ticket. You know,
right?
That's what you want out of your price of ticket.
Exactly. And for me, it was very entertaining, and I felt bad because right before we went into the movie, we were looking at the what do you call them? The reports about how it's doing.
The box office. Yeah,
the box office report, and it's tanking. Like,
it's not doing.
It's not doing.
As far as a Star Wars movie, I mean, it's making money like a low budget little indie film or something like that. I think it was 160 something million worldwide, and that's what they expected to make just in the U.S. and that's all over the place. So. And
even in the movie that we went, it's normally at this theater. It's normally hard to get seats, and it's like one of those theaters where you get to choose your seat.
We was in IMAX. We saw it in IMAX, no 3D.
No 3D, thank God, because I didn't need that in 3D. I don't see anything that would have made me want to see it in 3D.
Right.
So, anywho's, we were reading the reports and they weren't good, and it was a reflection of the movie theater we were in because there was nobody there besides like 7 people.
Bro, it wasn't a lot of people in there.
Exactly.
And, but I will say that the main thing I liked about this movie is it reminded me of Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? It reminded me of a real Star. The Last Jedi didn't feel like Star Wars to me. This movie felt like, the music, the action set pieces, the effects, the aliens and everything, the whole world that they were in just reminded me of a Star Wars, one of the old school Star Wars movies, and that's what I wanted out of The Last Jedi. It didn't do that. The
Last Jedi wasn't that good because it didn't have a story that went anywhere. It just continuously went into circles. They were on missions that didn't evolved. It was just
a lot of pointless stuff. The writing just was bad.
It was. They wanted to make a love story that didn't have any chemistry. It was no explanation as to why Rey was who she was, and then it kind of tanked when she was really nobody. It was just a lot of stuff that went wrong. That's why stories are so important.
Writing is so important,
especially with those type of things, because I think that's what stood out about this. Right. It was a cohesive story,
and you want everything to have purpose. When you're watching something, you want everything to mean something. I mean, people might say it might be fan service or predictable for everything to fit in the box and say this is because of this and this is happening because of this reason, but if you do it the right way, that's one of the good things about storytelling. If you do it in the right way and not just try to subvert everybody's expectations, you think that's gonna happen, but this is actually gonna happen. That's not really a good story. You can do that in a movie, but it's not good storytelling. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So coming into Star Wars, like from the first times that I saw it, I didn't understand who Han Solo was or whatever, but now it's like, now I can understand the beef him and Lando had. I can understand a lot of different things.
The camaraderie that him and Chewie had, you can understand that. Chewbacca. And a couple more characters to get in before it's over with. What did you think about Woody Harrelson's character?
I thought he did really, really good, but I really like Woody Harrelson and majority of the stuff that he does.
I agree, but the only thing about him in this movie is he was Woody Harrelson. He reminded me of just
himself,
how he always is. He's very good at playing himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he is.
Khaleesi from Game of Thrones, was it Kier? Well, I can't remember her name right now. I'm drawing a blank. But
the whole time I was sitting there, I was trying to remember who she was and why
she didn't have the blonde hair.
Yeah, and I was like, why she look so familiar?
Yeah,
but I actually like her better as Khaleesi's. But
I agree with that too. Yeah. She wasn't bad in this movie, but she wasn't needed. I mean, she was needed for the story.
She was needed
for the story, but I don't know. I think it has to be a love story in every movie, and that's one thing I don't agree with movies. She moved the plot along, but that's the reason they put it in the movie. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. That's just me.
I didn't think that.
I like her better as the Khaleesi.
I do definitely, because
the Queen of Dragons.
Yeah, she is. But I didn't mind her in here. Like I mean,
I didn't mind her, but I've seen her better. That's all I'm saying.
I've definitely seen her better, but I feel like, you know, honestly, she took a part that a man usually has.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it was, you know what I'm saying? I think it was just a little bit different seeing it from a woman's point of view. That's all.
Which, it's a cameo in this movie. I ain't gonna spoil it, but I didn't expect it, and I'm still we still out in the movie theater parking lot. I'm still thinking like, how does that fit in like that? But y'all, if y'all see the movie, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't expect this character to be in the movie at all.
Exactly.
What'd you think about the droid L3, the female droid? Because she was like different. She acted like more like a person than any droid I ever seen.
She definitely did. I think I probably would prefer her to a lot of the other ones that didn't really talk. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, everybody's favorite droid is 3PO. So
I like
R2D2. I meant.
That's the little
R2D2 is little, yeah.
Okay, and so I think that's the part with these type of movies.
Yeah,
I can't really buy into the characters that don't know how to talk.
You need speaking roles. I got you. I got you.
So I think I like her just because I like a vocal character versus R2D2.
Yeah,
I
she's
definitely
talking.
like
C3PO is irritating though.
He's very irritating.
He's annoying,
but he serves his purpose. You know what I mean? But that little one.
And you didn't see Rogue One. But K2SO was pretty good too. I'm sorry I cut you off.
Yeah, you did. No more of that, Michael.
Okay, I'm sorry. So that's our review.
Yes, it was. So definitely go check out.
It's definitely worth seeing.
Solo. I'm not gonna call it Star Wars Solo. It's just Solo.
You know, Mario Van Peebles had a movie called Solo that came out back in the day.
What was it?
He was some kind of, I don't know. It was stupid, but it's an old movie. But
so anywho's, let's get to our rating.
Okay.
Because this is running long.
It is running kind of long. Sorry, y'all.
No problem. I'm talking about no problem.
Thank you, baby. Anyway, you want me to get mine first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I will give this movie a ticket price validated. I don't have to see it again unless I see it on VOD or something, because there's a couple of things I would like to dissect in the movie story wise, because a lot of stuff was going real fast. But I give it a ticket price validated. I'm definitely glad we went to the movies to see this. Yeah,
and I definitely have to agree with this. Like, I don't ever have to see it again, but I enjoyed it while I was there. I do think it was memorable to me. Probably definitely would make a top 10 of this year, but it's worth seeing if you want to get out
exactly.
on
it. Like I said, it's not the best movie ever, but it was very refreshing after seeing The Last Jedi, especially if you want to be in the mood to watch a Star Wars movie. You said ticket price validated too?
Yeah, I think it was fun, adventurous. I thought the storyline was good. The soundtrack was good. Definitely seeing it IMAX because it looks amazing. I didn't have a problem with it.
Me neither.
So that's it. That's a wrap for me. What's coming up for us?
I don't know. We'll let y'all know. We'll follow our Instagram.
Yeah, definitely follow our Instagram.
We probably start doing them coming out of the movie theater like this because that's when we have time to do it.
Yes, and let us know if that's okay. I mean, I guess if you don't watch it, then we'll know it's not okay. But we're just doing the best that we can. It's just a little bit hard. We got a lot of stuff going on, so. But we also still want to definitely bring you good or share our opinions with you about movies that we enjoy seeing.
Exactly. So that's it. Our review of the movie Solo. Go and see it, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. Don't look at... There's one thing I'm starting to learn about going to see movies. Don't worry about what nobody else says. Don't worry about reviews and stuff like that. Go in it with your own mind and assess it and give it your own opinion on it. And don't worry about what nobody else says. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think that we've missed out on a lot of good movies just because we listen to what everybody else says. And I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we're here to give you a review. So, of course, we watch other people's as well. But in reality, it's really, I mean, only you can be the judge of something that you consider good. So definitely don't not go based off of what we have to say. So
yeah, that's it. We're about to get out of this parking lot now. You ready to go home?
I am.
Y'all go check out Solo. It was a decent movie. It was pretty good. Check it out.
Yes. That's
our review. Y'all hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. And that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Keep watching.
Because that was the... Because that's what we're here for.
It's been a long day. Have a Maury day.
All right.